In this podcast episode, Bill Ackman, a prominent investor and philanthropist, shares his insights on the current political landscape in the United States, particularly focusing on the upcoming presidential election. Ackman articulates his reasons for supporting Donald Trump, emphasizing the stark contrast between Trump and Kamala Harris, the Democratic candidate. He begins by addressing the misconceptions surrounding Trump's comments about neo-Nazis and white nationalists, asserting that the media has misrepresented Trump's statements, which has led to a broader misunderstanding of his character and intentions. Ackman expresses a sense of responsibility that comes with his success, stating that he feels compelled to engage in political and cultural debates. He believes that his platform allows him to influence discussions that could ultimately shape policy outcomes. His involvement in these issues intensified after the events of October 7th, which he described as a wake-up call, particularly regarding the response to the terrorist attacks in Israel. He highlights the troubling narratives emerging from university campuses where students blamed Israel for the violence, which he found deeply concerning. When discussing the state of America, Ackman likens the country to a large corporation that has lost its way. He points out that, like successful businesses that become complacent, America has become inefficient and bureaucratic. He argues that the country suffers from its own success, leading to a decline in competitiveness and innovation. Ackman believes that the solution lies in bringing in strong leadership capable of turning the situation around, similar to how he has successfully turned around struggling companies in his career. Ackman delves into the ideological battle that he perceives as having infiltrated American society, particularly through educational institutions. He argues that a modern version of Marxist ideology has taken root, promoting a narrative of oppressors versus the oppressed. This ideology, he believes, has led to a culture of division and resentment, undermining the foundational principles of equality and opportunity that America was built upon. He warns that if left unchecked, this ideology could lead to significant societal unrest and even civil conflict. The conversation shifts to the role of corporate America in this ideological struggle. Ackman notes that many in the corporate world have been hesitant to speak out against the prevailing narratives for fear of backlash. He likens this to the McCarthy era, where dissenting voices were silenced. However, he expresses optimism that the tide is turning as more individuals are beginning to challenge the orthodoxy surrounding diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives. Ackman clarifies that he supports the principles of diversity and inclusion, but opposes the way these concepts have been weaponized to promote division. Ackman emphasizes the need for neutral spaces in media where open discussions can take place without fear of reprisal. He points out that the rise of platforms like X have allowed for more honest conversations, enabling individuals to fact-check and counter misleading narratives. He recounts his own experiences of being misled by the media, particularly regarding Trump's comments, and stresses the importance of hearing candidates' voices directly without media manipulation. As the discussion progresses, Ackman expresses his concerns about President Biden's cognitive health and leadership abilities. He argues that the Democratic Party has lost its way, particularly in how it has handled issues like immigration and crime. He points out that many cities experiencing significant challenges are under Democratic leadership, which he believes reflects poorly on the party's ability to govern effectively. Ackman also highlights the importance of addressing the border crisis, arguing that the current administration's policies have led to an influx of unvetted migrants, which poses risks to national security. Ackman then turns to the economic challenges facing the United States, particularly the rising national debt and its implications for future growth. He argues that while the U.S. can currently manage its debt due to its ability to print money, there is a limit to this approach. He proposes that the solution lies in fostering economic growth through deregulation and efficiency improvements. Ackman believes that a Trump administration would prioritize these changes, unleashing the potential of American entrepreneurship and innovation. Geopolitical considerations also play a significant role in Ackman's argument for supporting Trump. He expresses concern about the current state of international relations, particularly regarding China and Russia. Ackman believes that Trump's leadership would be more effective in navigating these complex issues, citing Trump's previous successes in foreign policy, such as the Abraham Accords and a more assertive stance against Iran. He argues that a strong leader is essential for maintaining peace and stability in a world increasingly threatened by authoritarian regimes. As the conversation draws to a close, Ackman reflects on the future of American politics and the need for strong, capable leaders. He expresses hope that the upcoming election would bring forth a new generation of leadership that prioritizes the needs of the American people over partisan politics. He acknowledges the challenges that lie ahead, but remains optimistic about the potential for positive change under a Trump administration.